Hey everybody, welcome to Cold Turkey. I'm Paulie T. And on today's program, well, just to let you know, some months ago I saw this viral video. This one here. Now, see this guy jumping around here fighting? He's got one leg. This is on a road around the corner from me. I knew this chap, I'd seen him around, I didn't know him. I met him yesterday and I spoke to him for a couple of minutes. And he agreed to talk with me today and share with me a really, really terrible situation.
I'll start from the beginning then with me and how things ended up here, yeah, square one, yeah. At the age of 5 years of age, my mother died. I was living with my dad and my mother at the time in a site down in Ringsend. My mother passed away down to drink alcohol. I went to live with, I'm not going to say who, a parent of mine, a family member, like, you know, and from a young year, well, it's very nervous to say, as a child, like, at the age of 5, 6, if I didn't bring home a few quid, I was getting the proper bacon, and I mean, bet off me, yeah, I was getting bet like a pig, and the more money I brought home, it was the worse it was for me, because they thought then I obviously had a start shit. If I gave them something like 10 grand, they think you had 20 grand. Do you get me? Like, if I gave them 500, they think you had 1,000.
Who would beat you for?
Well, family members. I was growing up. I can't specifically say the names because I wouldn't name and shame, but everyone knows them out there. And anyway, but literally, I'd be bet like a hound dog for no reason, and I was giving over all the money because it was a fair to me life. Yeah, so do you know what I ended up doing as a kid? I'd run into the city and I'd start hanging out with fellas twice my age because it was great at making money. I thought, you know what? These are the real deal. These are more family to me than the family that I've been living up with. Do you know what I mean? For the last few years, these are treating me good. They wasn't really treating me good. They were using me, but to me, it was better getting used than getting bet. Do you get me? So I'd stand there and I'd smoke air with them every day, and then I'd go off and I'd do my grafting again. And that's where that all started. Then at the age of 10, then I ended up selling gear. Yeah, actually selling gear. Yeah, I had people 20 years of age standing around me while I was selling at the age of 10. And no one minded selling at a 10 or 9-year-old. And no one even minded buying it off me. I had people I thought was protectors around me, literally protectors, you know. Only literally gobshites. Then they ended up going to St. Michael's, an institution. Yeah, but I kept absconding because once I come in for heroin, then you end up in another 4 institutions after that, you know. But since that, while I was going through that, I only always wanted to know how my dad was doing. He was on the streets for over 20 years of his life. I only wanted to be with him because that was stolen from me. Yeah. That's the way I looked at it. The drink stole that from me.
Stole your father from you?
Yeah, and my mother since the age of 5, yes. You know. When I was locked up, I was what? I was 20, yeah. My brother died in prison with a needle. He was found with a needle in his arm.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and the police done nothing about that for justice-wise. He couldn't use who stuck the needle in his arm. You get me? Yes. He was only with one person, but I'm not directing no fingers. But it seems he couldn't use.
He wasn't able to use the hypodermic needle.
Because I know that for a fact, because I was there. Like, I was an addict myself, and I still am an addict. But still, they wouldn't do anything to see how that went down. And I was in prison. I felt like I was never there to help him, because when I was there, even though he was my older brother, he'd always listen on me. Do you get me? And the last thing I remember saying to him when I was in prison that breaks me heart, I asked him to show me over a few drugs. 2 days before he died, he said he was going to throw me over a parcel. Now, a parcel I never received. I got a phone call from my dad and my loved one saying that he passed away. You know, instead I get the parcel I thought I was going to get, I got the bad news.
Yes.
You know,
you're sitting there waiting for a dropsy, and
then you get that.
And then you get that news.
You know,
oh my God!
That's a wake-up call.
So you were in jail at that time.
Yeah, I was doing 7 years.
And where was the brother?
He was out.
He was out, so he was to go up and drop you up something. And
Yeah.
the next thing you heard, he was dead.
All over the world, and that was the next thing I heard, he was dead. So to be honest about it, and then
how long ago was that, Philip?
Well, I was 20. That'd have been 11 years ago now. Yeah.
So you're 31 years of age.
Yeah, and he was actually 29 when he died. I was adding up a while at 29. He was when he died. He was only a kid. That's him there.
Right, we got it.
There on the wall. Yeah, that's me brother. You know.
Just get that down. Assume
I passed away. I was locked up at that time with my dad's. Like my dad was going out like with. Not going out with it, like, but my mother's sister, like, he was kind of whipped, but not whipped in that way. Like, they were trying to keep each other alive, if you get me.
They both had alcohol issues and they were supporting each other.
Good friends,
yeah.
You know, and that's her there. And that's her son, and he hung himself in Stephen's Green Park not too long ago.
This lad here in the...
Yeah, he took a load of tablets, he did, and he wasn't in the right state of mind. He went up to the park, God help him, and yeah, he hung himself. Yeah.
So you've lost a brother, and
you could call him a brother as well, because that's what he was to me. He was more of a brother than a stepbrother, you know. And he went up and he hung himself in the park because the family we had around at the time were no good. Nothing you could depend for support. They wasn't there like that, you know.
And so, can I just ask you so you're up there, you're 30 now, you're, when you were in prison, so when you came out of prison and to your own, to losing your own leg, can you talk about that?
I had a neighbour upstairs when I got out of prison. I was fed out. I literally was in the best shape of my life.
You were?
And I was in the best shape of my life.
Oh,
I was fit.
right.
And anyone used to have hassle with these young Floyd actually literally destroyed him in seconds. I was good to this.
You were a good
fella,
scrapper,
you know?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah, and what this young fella basically done to me at the end of it all, and I'd give him money all the time. I'd give him money to get something to eat, drugs, whatever. I was having a fight with my missus one day. I wasn't into banging up, and I said, "There's 2 kills." I said, "Will you do it for me, yeah?" What he turned around and done was took the 2 kills in his back pocket, and he gave me brown raw vinegar. Now there's the loyalty when it comes to drugs. No matter what I was giving him, I'll make sure his pockets was stacked out enough.
You look after your boys,
and he still cheated me out 2 kills and stuck them in his pocket. That only cost us maybe 40 quid, and it cost my leg.
How did it cost your leg? What happened?
Put brown raw vinegar with no drugs in it whatsoever. And I know you can cook up with vinegar, but he didn't cook it up, it was raw.
And that makes all the difference.
Yeah, it blew the whole leg off.
I'm ashamed to say I've also banged vinegar up myself.
But he didn't cook it. With the cooking, you're steroids. He didn't do that. Yeah, and that's the friendship gone out.
So what happened the day you had that turn on? Can you bring us back to that, or was it too painful?
No, the day I had the turn on, after I could taste the vinegar on my mouth, and said, "Hang on," I said, "There's no way I gear in that." I said, "I can't taste no gear, none way you get that taste in your mouth." So I can't taste no heroin. And he said, "No, there is. And I got it out, and he eventually admitted that he only put the brown raw vinegar in it, that he forgot that the 2 kills was in his back pocket. He forgot. At that stage, I was already at the doing. Well, he done it for me, and my whole leg went as numb as that, and it was like my leg wasn't there. I could have bet a hammer off and I had shit off.
You lost all feeling in your leg.
I lost every bit of feeling in my leg. Every single last bit of feeling. What trust on someone that I thought, right, he's on drugs and this, that, yeah, but still got best friends. But when it came to drugs, you have no friend.
That's
associates.
So true. Associates at best.
The hard way, you know.
Yes, you did, my friend. Yes, you did. You learned it the hard way.
I lost a baby to it, and the baby being me leg. That was it.
Which is very much part of any tall man's life, especially a tall lad who's into athletics.
I would have rather losing my arm than losing my leg. And I lost it by trusting someone. Because as I said, what happened at the very beginning with the family that I had, I couldn't trust my family. That, you know what, I decided to actually trust someone else. There are bad things that's happened with me in life. I decided, you know what, leave the shields down for a while and actually decide to trust someone. But you know what happened? I got stabbed once again.
You know,
That's what
I hear you,
happened to
Philip, and I wonder if it's not about. What I hear what you're saying about trust. It's terrible that we have to lose our trust in human nature, isn't it, to survive? But I think more than just losing our trust, I think we need to build our cleverness. Do you know what I mean? And not lose trust altogether, because there are some out there are some good ones, but we need to have the discernment to know, is that trustworthy, is that not?
To be honest,
Do you know what I mean?
No, my like since I've lived on this road, I've seen a lot. Like I found my neighbour dead outside. He threw himself off the balcony. He got help. Now he's a very good man, a legend to everyone on this road. Yes. A legend to me and my dad. He used to come down here all the time. Yeah. Yes. You know Ross. Yeah, he used to come down here all the time and speak to me and my dad. That's very sad. Do you know what? A monument gone to me, what he was like to me and my dad. He come down here and talk to us all day. And he threw himself off the balcony. Well, at the time when I was out the back garden, I found him dead. I was with another friend of mine. I asked my friend to knock on everyone's window up this road and asked for help. Not one person answered. And while I was out the back garden, I was screaming from the top of my lungs, please help, help. There's a man dead. And I was shouting your man's name. I don't want to say it on the camera. I said, he's dead. Please, will someone help? But I was screaming from the top of my lungs. Not one person came out to help.
People are afraid to stop without getting involved. But I know you would think they would.
There's a man dead, like you think like.
Oh my God! What kind of a world are we coming into?
Seems this man was on this road before I was even born. Wouldn't you think someone would actually come out of the house?
You would have thought so.
Now he had a good friend of his. It just I wasn't thinking that straight to knock around him because I actually forgot the address because you know what, my mind blank completely.
I get you.
But he had a lot of good friends around here. But at the day I was shouting here on this road. And I found his fiance down there on the floor as
Your dad's fiance?
That was
yours, Philip?
Yeah, just right there. I gave a seat.
Can I ask your dad just about that there?
Yeah.
So, Philip, thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
Can you tell me from that point, your fiance, so she had a drink problem as well?
Yes.
And the two of you were here?
Yes.
Please tell me what happened.
Well, myself and my partner and my sister was in the room. So my partner died there on the floor.
Right.
Just in the floor.
Okay.
Yeah. And so run to him, God come down. Give her, what do you call that?
CPR.
CPR.
Yeah.
So Philip came down and gave her that. But she was dead already.
God bless her. Did her heart give in or something?
I have too much alcohol.
Too much alcohol.
Yeah.
And what about yourself, Philip? What's the main cause of illness on you at the moment, brother?
Drink.
But how is that affecting? Is it the liver or is it?
Liver and pancreas.
And pancreas. And your energy levels are very bad, are they?
Very bad.
So you're totally reliant on Philip Jr.
Yeah.
And Philip Jr. now, he have his leg
amputated. Everything.
Pardon?
He do everything. He go over there and make sandwiches and bring them over and put them on top of the bed. Or a cup of tea and spill on the floor when he's trying to manage it. But he cannot manage it.
But he gets it over to you though, doesn't he?
Oh, he does, yeah.
He's some lad.
Yeah.
He's a great lad. He loves you dearly, I can see
that. He
does. I can see that.
It's my baby.
Can I ask you a question? All that abuse that happened to him when he was small, were you able to...
My head is raked over that.
I know, I just want to make sure, that was nothing to do with you, what?
No, Jesus.
No, and I only want to clarify that for everyone that might have listened to it.
No, Clonmel.
Yeah.
Do you know Clonmel?
I know Clonmel, yeah. Oh, in the hospital there?
No, Clonmel school.
School, sorry, yeah.
That's what happened to him. Man put his
No,
hand.
also cure units. It was a no put the hand down and shit. The doctor tried that with me, but that was nothing. He's on about all secure units. He's not really getting to the real point of my story. He's talking about the way a doctor went to feel me testicles. Yeah, he got sacked for that. But look, it was not really happening to me. But the main thing is
that abuse that happened to you, was it on the street when you said I had to come home with money? Was it because your mum had a different partner?
No, see,
No, it wasn't his mum, his aunt.
His aunt.
Yeah, but I didn't want to get into that.
I didn't want to know, but I understand.
I didn't want to say it was me aunt, but yeah, but what? No, I can say it was me aunt because to be honest about it, it's not as if the courts don't know about it because they do. I was sent to, I actually went up to the police one day and I cried into the police's face when I was at the age of 9. And I asked the police to put me into care. And they said, no, I have to bring you back home to your aunt. And I broke out crying to the police officer. I was shaking like a puppy. I was shaking. And he said, wait, what's wrong with your son? I said, look, I said, if I go back there, I said, I'm going to be smashed. I said, I'm going to be whipped. I said, because I used to get with the wires across the leg. I said, I'm not going back there. I said, and literally I begged him, and yeah, he put me into care from there.
But was it in the care home you got? Did you get any abuse in there?
No, I got me odd thumper in there, but what he was saying about the doctor is just, he asked me to breathe to feel my testicles, that's not abuse.
No, of course. But well, look, what's really important here is, I wanted just to differentiate, because that a very abusive story that you grew up with, it wasn't down on your dad. No, that's, I just want to clarify.
It was on his sister,
extended relatives would say that had said they'd look after you, but they abused you. They got you out robbing for them.
And they were getting paid for me, and they got me out robbing for them. And they were getting government money, but they were making sure I made 10 times that in a day. So literally I was bet like an ass to be a slave, to put the money on the table for them. And the more money I put on the table for them, I could never please them. I remember one day I got stripped in front of all of the girls, and they were all laughing at me.
How old were you?
I was only about 11, and they were all laughing at me, and you know how small
you were humiliated. You were humiliated.
At that stage, I was 11. I was already on gear over shit like that.
You were already on heroin at 11 years of age because of this horrific abuse you were suffering at home. And were anybody else in this family on heroin?
And to be honest, they all ended up.
They all were on it.
Well, not all on it, but most of them ended up on it.
And these were the people that were looking after you.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of one black. I heard of people getting called the black sheep of the family, but I actually was the black sheep of this family. I just thought that was an expression.
It sounds to me it's a black sheep. A black sheep family.
I was a Joyce's bastard to these people.
Is there even a white sheep in that family?
These didn't. I know his sister was a Joyce, but back then she was going out with a mutton, and he didn't like the Joyces because he got a hard time when he was a kid off the Joyces.
Does that go back to travelling family?
So then I was took out on me then because I'm a Joyce. Since you couldn't go out and take it out on a man, I'll take it out on him because he's a Joyce's bastard,
Okay, and I have a very question. Has the travelling
bastard, bro?
Being part of the travelling community, which is known to be a very sort of close, tight-knit community. Since you had lost your limb, have any of them done anything or pulled together to do anything for you?
Do you know what? To be honest with you, the only way my family get together and try and do anything for you, to be quite honest. Not saying every one of them, but the majority of my family definitely agree with me. The only way my family get together, is if they were going to a funeral.
Right.
That's it. That's the only way they want to come and do anything for you is if you're dead. They show the respect because people's looking at them there.
You'll be a great man.
Oh, look at me, but where were you when he's alive, and he's alive here today? Where are they? Well, if he died in the morning, he'd have over 100 people,
they'd be
whatever.
coming from all over
Could
the
be
country.
30, could be 20, whatever. They'd
Yeah.
be all there at his
Yeah.
funeral in the morning. But when he's alive, where are they now to help him?
I fucking totally agree with you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at such and such died.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
he's
they
fucking
want,
dead.
and you know what?
If you got a heart, there's plenty of people out here
and
having
they'll
it
dress
very
themselves
difficult.
up to their 90s and they'll go out to
And
the funeral.
celebrate his life when he's dead.
Yeah,
How bizarre
when
is
he's
that?
alive, they do fuck off. Like as I said there a minute ago, I found Winnie there dead there, God help her, yeah. I actually found her passed away there. I got called upstairs. Then I found my other cousin Michael, he was sitting in this chair. Yeah. He was actually sitting, I'll show you, he was sitting like this. I came through the door, yeah. I walked straight through the door. He was here like this, yeah, with his head down like that. There was 4 people under him. I says, hang on, I says, he's dead. Everyone says he's not dead. I said he is dead. And I went over and I shook him, yeah. He said, wake up. And I realised he was dead. And I put him on the ground like I done with the person beforehand. And I done my CPR on him. He was as white as a ghost, as cold as a ghost. He was stone brown bread, and they were drinking for hours in front of him, didn't realise he was actually dead. It only took me 20 seconds because of the people I found before that have one look and knew he was gone. That's it, get in there. So far near this house, there's been 2 in this house found dead, 1 out the back, and I said from upstairs on the
There's a lot of tragedy right in your doorstep, isn't it?
As well. Yeah,
Now,
an awful lot.
Tell me, Philip, how do you manage? I mean, I can see it's difficult to keep the place clean. It kind of.
I hop from A to B. I literally
do what you
hop.
can,
I have a prosthetic leg there, which I'll show you. Just me prosthetic leg. It's just it's just a little bit heavy. Now I can walk on it. It's just that small bit uncomfortable. So at the moment I'm just hopping from A to B.
It hurts you too much, is it?
Yeah, like it's a bit too much here, you know. It's a
strain.
bit, yeah.
Is there no
like,
suspension in that?
Like if you can feel here, can you feel actually how hard that would be going against your skin?
This is
No,
soft, but I can
it's
imagine
like,
it's
it's
soft.
solid, like it's digging right into me.
Is there no suspension in that
No,
mechanism?
if I want to bend that down, I have to push a button to bend it down.
Oh dear.
So you know that how awkward that be? You have to push on that button every time you want to look down.
Is there better ones available?
Ah, there's 100% better ones available. You can just give me the cheapest one you can give me. That's literally what they done to me.
They just gave you the cheapest one.
Yeah.
What does a
that's
prosthetic leg cost?
I haven't got a clue. Well, I couldn't say that'd be that much because all I'd want done with that is a little spring on that.
I've never seen you wearing this.
Because the real people that should be able to make a prosthetic like is the people that's wearing them, and I think I know what should be done with that, and I think I know what shouldn't be done with it.
Perfect.
I fell coming into this house about 150 times. I only fell there last week. Look, see me leg there,
Yeah.
coming in through the door. And when my house got flooded from upstairs, because when your man threw himself off the balcony,
Yeah.
some man set the house on fire after that, and our house got flooded, literally flooded.
Oh dear. And nobody came around to do it.
No.
And you've got
The
this
council
man,
came
your
around,
dad
but
is
they
here.
done nothing.
Your dad is here,
Yeah,
very ill in bed, immobile.
bed bounds, yeah.
You're here in a wheelchair, and you had flooding from upstairs.
Yeah.
And this room was soaking wet, beds,
sure.
everything.
Look at
clothes.
that, that's still
Oh, I
coming
see
up.
the wet,
No,
yeah.
see the carpet there.
Oh
look.
my God! Yeah, look
That's
there behind me, Danny.
Still coming up off it, you know. And all of my
Oh my
stuff got
God.
destroyed. It's all over
Yeah, it's all the
£2,000
wet.
3,000 pounds worth of stuff got
Okay.
destroyed, and they said they're not paying for that over. Everything is.
That is an absolute disgrace.
We kind of gave up on life after that. We feel like we've been definitely let down by the council and the community service.
Well, bro, I'm going to put your message out there and your story out there, and I hope to God someone will get. If someone doesn't start a GoFundMe or something to get you a decent prosthetic leg, you start it, and I'll put it on my thing, or
I'd like
or
to
let's
know
get
how
together.
to start this. I don't know how to.
Okay, well, leave it with me. I'm going to talk to. Do you know the Liberty Super Run?
I know the soap one, yeah.
I'm meeting that guy this week. And it's only through him that we do GoFundMe's, because it's an organisation that takes care of the money and they would see what it would be spent on. You know, that's how it would go. So if a GoFundMe was set up for a prosthetic leg for you, which I'd love to do, I'd love to help with, but they would manage it and go with you and get the leg you wanted, and that's the only way they work.
I absolutely do with something like that, because
absolutely, bro.
I think about my leg every day. I actually wake up jumping in my sleep.
You have a phantom
leg. The
leg.
first thing I do when I get up, I have to make sure he's all right. His piss bottle's emptied out. He's the piss in that.
He's the pee there in the bed.
That's his toilet.
I know, but the fact that they haven't even given him a proper bedpan.
My family talk about, they seen that I recorded that like this. My family'd have something to say, but at the end of the day, where my family for me and him now, my family should be out here trying to help us.
Well, they're not. Yeah, they're not here. So I'm putting a call out to the public in general.
You know, my family said to me during the week, and it's only been said to me there as well on the phone, do you know, if your dad dies of the drink, basically it's your fault. If my dad dies of drink, if they care that much, why aren't they not out here trying to help?
Yeah, everybody got opinions when they don't have to.
I can't shove a spoon in his mouth, I can't make him stop.
They don't have the burden you have. Everybody can have an opinion about it, but you're the one carrying the bag.
I am. Look, I cut myself up as a child. Look at this. There's all scars. There's a knife up her straight. I done that as a kid, cut the hand out myself. Not very talented, more just to kill the pain. And then I stuck a kitchen devil knife straight through the arm there, straight through my hand I did. And the family I was growing up with, like, they're all straight through, but the family I was growing up with at the time left me and their son basically run wild that I was lying beside the fire like that. We were only children and he was throwing petrol over the fire. Now, I know me and him a little fight that day, but all the petrol ended up on top of me and I got set alight. And that's my arm there with the petrol. Now, it was an accident, which I asked him, and he said it was an accident. He's dead now, God rest him. It's my cousin, you know, but that's how responsible the family was. But yeah, and there's the cuts there, and and there's my chest there. It's cut through it, and you see it there.
Are they self-inflicted as well?
Yeah, all the scars there. Nearly cut my nipple off, and that's the one I found dead there, you know.
And Daniel, I just noticed,
and there's
seeing you has
he's real good.
Can you mind showing us those? Because I have this. He has a mic. Yeah. To the. Are they all self-inflicted too?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, please, Philip, seeing why would you have done that? It's probably an obvious question, but I'm just putting it to you. Drink. It would leave you in a situation of depression.
No, just to get money for drink.
Right.
That's it.
And then you do it?
Yeah, no, I do it before that.
Oh, you would cut it? And then show people with a cut arm can they help?
Yeah.
They gave you more money? Oh, God love you, man.
Yeah.
So you were trying to appeal to the pity in them to get the few quid. Did it help?
For a bottle.
For a bottle?
Yeah.
And do you think it helped?
It did once I got the bottle.
I suppose. The answer is that. So tell me about Philip Senior here, your son there, and what he does for you.
Everything.
He does everything for you.
Everything. Goes to shop, cleans the house, do me a bit of cooking, clean up the house when he can. He does everything.
I'd say you're very grateful for him.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm ashamed of Ireland when I look and see that you have to piss in a 2-litre bottle. And they don't even have a decent bedpan for you.
No.
Mountjoy was better. Decent bedpan. Now they've toilets in the cells. You know. Listen, I hope that when this video gets out and it reaches people, that somebody gets back to me and wants to sponsor some sort of a GoFundMe, get you guys on your feet, literally, because you need to be on your feet. I mean, in that way.
Help him even a little bit more.
Of course.
What I'm doing at the moment.
And you're doing your best, aren't you, bro? We hope. If you had a better leg and you could get around a bit more, of course, bro. I really hope something happens. All we can do is play out the video. I'd like to check in on you guys a month down the road or so to see if there's any result or how we're getting on. Or
we literally have no, what is it called? We've no family, never mind feeling like we have anybody there.
yes, I know.
My dad he's my dad, but my dad's actually my best friend. He's
Yes.
my best friend. I have no one else to speak to. I only speak to my dad and my dog, and that's it. I no one else there whatsoever.
Well, for that,
Bar just saying yes, that I'm finished one. But other than that, I'm only me and my dad, and he's my best friend. I'm his best friend. I cry to him, he cries to me.
Be back, or let me check in in a few weeks.
And
And
I've been felt like we've been left out.
yeah,
Literally.
forgotten people.
And even by the council when we got flooded that time, they should have even reimbursed us. But even that, why not leave me be his carer? I know
Why not let-
disability
since you're
as well,
doing
but
his
I'm
care.
doing it, and anyway, because
Absolutely.
I lost a leg.
The man wouldn't survive without you.
There
You
go.
can't get out of the
And
bed,
you know
so-
what, they're not sending anyone else up here to do anything, and anyone else comes in and sees the way the house is, all he wants to do is
I would love to be able to do something for you in a practical way, you know. I mean, even to give you a hand, a dig out, whatever. But I'm putting this out onto a platform that's going to reach many hundred people. I know.
I might have lost a leg, but that was still that little bit of pride in me.
I know, bro. I
And I
understand that.
prefer to actually, even though it takes me all day to hop around, I prefer to hop around and do it myself than have
I
people.
know.
My family like to talk that much. That's all they prefer to do about everything. And I've been felt that low since a kid, and since a kid, that's always I've been taught to do everything for myself. I'm not being taught better to do everything for myself.
Yes.
And anyway, you only seen there before you came a few minutes ago. My friends that were here.
Yeah, you had a few
I
here.
barely had a fix. You know what I mean? I still take me drugs.
I understand.
I'm back on my clinic, and that's a bit of life I want to let go. But
Yes.
it's that hard when you have.
Yeah, you're starting right at the
when you feel
beginning.
like you're fighting against the world, and the world's not trying to help you back. If you got something, if you
Well, this is the
receive
thing.
something from
You've just
the
said,
world,
yes, my friend. You've just said something there. Look, my little part in this can be helping to bring your story out of the world.
that's
Instead of bringing the world to the house, we bring the house to the world. And out there are good people. And let's see what happens.
please.
Somebody might contact me. I'm going to put an appeal at the end of it for someone to start a GoFundMe on your, or I'll talk.
can spend like
Listen.
change and begins like, you know, I have to
I-
do that for
I
my
know, I
dad.
get you.
I'm just a daddy bed, so I'm not just saying this because
You have to change your dad's nappy.
This is absolutely true life, living there. This is what I'm doing on a
And that's an
daily
awful lot for
basis.
any young man.
And do you know what? Half the things I've said to you today, I'm not even getting down to the half of it. There's
I
a
get
lot
you, brother.
more there.
I know.
That's just what we've talked about. There's a lot more than that going on.
Do you know what? You're a good bloke, Philip.
So,
You're a really good bloke. And we're going to see what we can do for you, man.
Well, that was Philip Joyce and Philip Joyce Sr. struggling today with addiction and physical disability and medical disability. Surviving together in a one-bedroom flat that is in terrible condition and needs a little bit of help to clean up. I'm willing to do it. I can't do it on my own. Or I'm asking you guys, if anybody out there wants to do anything to help these Joyce people, get in touch with me, Paul Tracy at Cold Turkey, or the Liberty Suit Run. This is Paulie T for Cold Turkey signing out.